Hey guys, welcome to the world's worst fishing. I'm Chris Jones, and today we're going to be doing some really crazy custom creation ideas. This is going to be a really time-consuming, also a really complicated color. If this were watchmaking, this would be a grand complication. Okay, so I'm going to basically make coral snake pattern worms, and it's going to be a lot of clipping and you know, injecting, and they're going to be quite a nightmare. But I wanted to kind of take some of the intricate colors to the next level, and really show you guys just kind of how far you can go with hand injection. You know, obviously the next level is hand painting your plastics, and you know, clear dipping swim baits with actual eyes on the swim baits. I mean, you can take it to some really extreme levels. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of that today. So this is going to be really nuts. I hope you'll enjoy it. I'm confident that they'll come out looking pretty cool. And this is coral snake complicated worms. Okay, so aside from being dangerous, coral snakes are also ugly as sin. But I think it's going to make a really cool worm color. So obviously we need the three colors. We need black. So we're going to do some LureWorks black right there. And next up, we're going to use some of the Dead On Plastics red color. This is a really pretty shade of red. And I think it will do the coral snake justice. So we're going to add some of that. And these are all one measuring cup measurements here. And then we're also going to use some yellow from Dead On Plastics as well. If you are interested in some of their colors, check it out. deadonplasticsllc.com, I think, is the website. Alright, so we're going to do some yellow. And I may make some adjustments to these after they are cooked. You know, that way we can look at them and see if we need to maybe thicken one color up. You know, or you know, if you look at a coral snake, the black parts, or excuse me, the orange parts kind of have some black spots in them. So I might, or the red parts. So I might add some large black flake to the red. Just to kind of make it authentic. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to go ahead and get these cooked up. About 3 minutes per cup. If you want to microwave 2 at once, about 5.5 minutes does you well. I've never actually put all 3 in, so I'm probably not going to do that. So we're going to get these cooked up, and then I'm going to show you just how stupid intricate this is going to be. Okay, so we kind of have to do, you know, the pattern of the coral snake is black, thin yellow line, long red stretch, thin yellow line, then a longer black stretch. So we're going to start with black. So basically I have to fill the molds with black all the way, and then I'm going to leave the tails in, much like we do split tail colors on here already. This is just going to be a much more complicated version of that. So I'm going to fill these 2 molds right here with the black, and then we're going to have to come back to that black once we get the yellow and the red in. And so I'm going to let those sit because I have to let them cure, and then we will cut the tails off, and then we will move on to the yellow. Okay, so now we are going to shoot the yellow. So we're going to load up our injector here. We're going to shoot these trick worms, and I'm not going to press too hard. I don't want to force the yellow over the black, because it can actually fill in the cavity over the existing color if you press too hard, and we do not want that to happen. Alright, so we've got that. Just going to hold a little bit of pressure. Alright, and now we're going to let those cure up, and then I'll show you what we're doing there. Okay, so there's what we have, a really cool worm in and of itself. In fact, I've never made that just by itself. But coral snake, he kind of has a thin yellow line. Alright, so we're gonna, you'll notice that's about 1.25 inches, and this is less than 1/2 inch, so we want to try to get the patterns as authentic as possible. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and close that up. We will set it aside, and we will bring in the next mold. Okay, this is the kicker worm from Angling AI, and this is an incredible worm. The action is really, really neat. And we're gonna do the same thing here. Just gonna leave a little thin yellow strip, because next is about another inch or so of red, and then that will kind of complete one cycle of the pattern, and then we basically have to do it enough times till we reach the end of the worm. So yep, we're gonna be here a while. Okay, a little bit of orange lure works here to the rescue. We're just gonna add enough to maybe just slightly change the hue, and we'll stir that in and see what we get. Okay, that didn't seem to have too much of an effect, so we'll do a little more here, maybe about, oh, I don't know, the equivalent of 10 drops or so. That was probably a little bit more. Okay, that actually oranged it up just enough. So now we're gonna shoot the red portion. I think that black flake is gonna have a really nice effect. So we're gonna draw up, and again, nice, slow, even pressure. I don't want to press too hard, because that yellow layer is really thin, and I don't want this red to overpower that. So we're gonna leave that there, and do this portion here. Done. Alright, so we're just gonna kind of leave those, let those sit, and I don't really need to fill in the sprues. It's just kind of a habit, and we'll open these up and see what we have. Okay, we're gonna leave the camera a little zoomed out. Hey, look at that. Alright, so now we're going to do we're gonna cut these off about right here, about right there. Okay, so we have that. Looking good, looking good. And now we do another thin layer of yellow, and then another layer of black. So we will come back after we have completed the next cycle, because I don't want this video to be just ridiculously long. But there's what we have so far. Let's see if we have the juice. Oh my gosh, guys. Check that out. That is something else. I mean, that is something else. Yeah. There it is. That is the... Can't even believe I'm saying it. That is the coral snake trickworm. And if you'll see, there's some dents, and the reason why, and I wanted to touch on this, when you're doing this many color changes, you got to think, when you leave that plastic in the cavity, it's blocking some vents. It's blocking the air from going out the back. So as you get further and further up the worm and keep snipping, that new plastic comes in and there's less vents. So normally the plastic comes in and it'll vent all the way through, but you're kind of blocking the air, so it'll get trapped further up as you go, and you get more dents along the way. But those look amazing. Now some molds are vented enough to where it kind of doesn't matter. And this kicker worm from Angling AI, it is vented so well, I don't think I had a single dent. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look. And there it is. Completely dentless. Not a single blemish. And if you look at the venting patterns, there's just a lot of, there's a lot of vents going on here. And I think that really helps out when you're trying to do something ridiculous like this and completely over the top. So yeah, there it is, guys. Tell me what you think. Pretty cool, huh? A lot of work. This probably took an hour. I mean, just all the stopping and going and reshooting and letting it cure and then opening up the mold and snipping and doing it all over again. But I think it was worth it. Alright, so off camera I decided to do some stogies. And we had some really bad denting in these top two. And, again, a lot of that is, an issue of venting. And some of it luck, these didn't turn out as clean, but you can't tell me that that doesn't make a pretty cool looking Cinco. I mean, that is just cool. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do today, was to do something just kind of over the top, outrageous, and I definitely think that something like this is just that. So we're gonna go ahead and take a closer look. We're gonna lay all of them out, and yeah, that was what's a good word? That was tedious. Well, guys, I hope you've liked today's episode. This is kind of an extreme example of what you can accomplish with a hand injector if you're just kind of willing to really put in a lot of effort. And I think that's what a lot of this is about, is just kind of finding those special colors that really make it worth your while. The ones that, if you had a bait museum, they'd be on display in your bait museum. These are bait museum baits. And, you don't always feel like putting in the effort to do something like this. Today, I just kind of did. And I'm actually testing out a new camera on this video. So hopefully these are some good shots of a really cool color that I definitely haven't seen and probably won't make again for a long time. But that's just how it goes. You're not always in the mood to do something that takes that much effort. So anyway, I think we're gonna stop right there, and then next we're gonna announce a giveaway. Okay, guys, so again, I would just like to say thank you for all of your support, and to my viewers who kind of make this stuff worth my while to film and do all the editing and just all the steps that go into a video. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but I really enjoy doing it, so thank you for your support. That helps keep the channel going. I would like to announce another giveaway. So we are on the cusp. We're about 400 subscribers away, I think, right now from reaching 5,000. And I didn't want to wait that long for 5,000. I wanted to do another giveaway. So again, same thing as before. Comment down below that you have shared this video's URL, or just share it to your social media. Share it to Facebook, Instagram, your Twitter, wherever you can think of. Share it. Let's get this thing a ton of views. I went to a lot of effort on that color, so I would like for people to see it, obviously. So hopefully we can make that happen. But let's go ahead and share this video around. Shoot a comment down below. Just say shared. And that will enter your name into a drawing that I'll do. I'll probably do it, today is Saturday the 3rd, so I'll probably pick a winner, let's just say by next Saturday the 10th. You know, that'll give you know, everyone kind of a week to watch the video and to do it. And I've got a ton of leftover baits from some of the more recent videos. I mean, watermelon red pearl. I'm trying to think. It's hard to remember them all, but I have like a huge tray full of leftover goodies, and basically I'm just gonna bag up 5 bags worth of just, I think, some of my best stuff that I have left over, and send them your way. So please share the video, comment down below, and hopefully we will send a care package of some really cool stuff to your door. So like I said, thank you for your support. We're coming up on 5,000 like really soon. So I'm excited. Hopefully more fishing videos to come. I think this new camera will help. So you know, I'm just trying to do as much content as I can. Landon being 7 weeks old kind of limits my time a little bit, but that's okay. He's more than worth it. And hopefully we'll get him on the channel more as well. So thanks again, guys, for your support. Thanks for watching today's video of the coral snake madness. You know, it's just these are not your grandma's baits.